For our next keynote, please welcome Clara Shih, VP of Business AI at Meta. Clara will be interviewed by Daniell Wigder, Chief Content Officer at EMARKETER.
All right, good afternoon and welcome, Clara.
Thank you. It's great to be here with all of you.
So we're going to start out with a two-part question. So the first one is, you're with Meta, which of course is known for its AI models, training infrastructure, creative tools. So the first part is, what exactly does the suite of products look like at Meta? And then the second is, what does a head of business AI do there?
First of all, it's really great to be here. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, and just given this macroeconomic environment, I think this is a moment where the world needs innovation and the world needs AI. And so one thing, Meta is really bringing AI to everyone. Meta is democratizing AI everywhere for everyone, from consumers to businesses to developers. And it really starts with our models, as you said. I mean, Meta is one of the most renowned AI research labs in the world. And not just that, we've open sourced our Llama models and other models for developers and enterprises to use. And last week we announced over 1 billion downloads of Llama across various sizes. So that's a developer enterprise audience. We're also bringing AI to people. And we just announced this year, we expect over 1 billion people around the world to be using Meta AI as their assistant. And again, bringing the power of AI, democratizing it to everyone around the world. So then, last but not least, is all of you, businesses. And we have a slew of AI solutions for businesses. We know that not every company can train their own models and fine-tune their own models and wants to build on top of Llama directly. And so we're building applications for advertisers, for businesses, from Advantage Plus, which optimizes campaigns, we can talk more about that, to generative AI for ad creation, to business AIs, which is my main focus, which is allowing every brand to create an AI extension of their team to interact with customers and really provide almost a concierge service to any customer, anytime around the world, connecting them to the 3 billion people around the world that use Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp every day.
And if we think about the next, say, 12 to 18 months, what are some of the emerging capabilities that you see of AI? Like, what is it going to allow us to do in that time frame?
Well, I'm going to focus on what it means for businesses because we're here at Shoptalk, and there's 3 areas that I'll talk about. So I mentioned Advantage Plus earlier, and how many of you have tried Advantage Plus? Show of hands. Great, and some cheers, thank you. So lots of companies are already using Advantage Plus. It's AI automated placement and optimization of campaigns. And we're continuously adding more features to Advantage Plus. But the thing that we announced this week, which is so exciting, is Advantage Plus now works for Meta omnichannel ads, which means that we can use the power of all of our AI models on your behalf to optimize conversion across both online e-commerce as well as in-store, because traditionally these have been siloed, and many of you told us that you want to break down the silo to really drive conversion. So you can see here an example. So here we are in Vegas, and imagine there's a makeup brand, and you want some, they know we're in Vegas, and you want some blush. You want to look extra good when you're going out tonight. And this is something that we want right now. We don't want to order this on e-commerce and send it home. We want it now. And so our local ads can now show which store nearby across the street in the Las Vegas Mall has this particular product in stock and target us specifically because of a variety of factors that the AI picks up. So this is really exciting, and we're seeing tremendous performance gain. American Eagle Outfitters, I think you all are here, one of our clients that we've been working with on this, they saw a 48% increase on return on ad spend. I mean, this is a big number. And again, especially in this macroeconomic environment, we're really excited to partner with all of you to deliver these kinds of results.
And beyond this kind of online, offline piece, tell us a little bit more about what else there is.
Yeah, so that's the first piece, is Advantage Plus, omni-channel, online, offline, breaking those silos. The second is, you all have told us that, especially smaller brands that don't have huge teams, you want to create more personalization for your customers, because that's a good customer experience. It's also what drives conversion if it's more tailored and targeted to the shopper. And so, everything from virtual try-on, which lets every shopper envision more closely what that particular item would look like on them, is so important, as well as more broadly, generative AI for ad creation. So background generation, text generation, easily creating more variants to drive toward that holy grail of the segment of one. And so just to give an example, I use Living Proof hair products all the time. They're one of our customers using our generative AI for ad creation, and using those tools, they were able to drive 13% higher click-through rate through having a more diverse set of ads that they were able to create with our AI models that we provided. And then ultimately drove 18% higher total purchase volume. So again, these are big numbers, and at a time when I think every brand could use that performance boost. And so the third area, going beyond lead generation, is what happens when, how do you actually redefine that whole ad experience? And this is where business AIs comes in, and we're really excited to be building and testing a very new kind of agent, where imagine there's an ad that you can actually talk to. So one of the clients that we're partnering with to test this out is Kitsch Hair Care. So they provide eco-friendly hair care products. And so that's something I'd love to show this group too, is to just give you a sneak peek into something that we're working on, where you see a Reels video ad here on Instagram or Facebook, and it's for an eco-friendly shampoo bar. And maybe you're multitasking as a consumer, right? A lot of us are busy when we're on our phones. What if you could talk to your ad? Maybe it would sound something like this.
Is this shampoo bar suitable for my hair type?
What's your hair type? Is it straight, wavy, curly, or coily?
I have curly hair. Based on that, which shampoo bar would you recommend?
The coconut oil solid shampoo contains castor oil and coconut oil, which smooth the hair cuticle and reduce frizz.
That's great. I'm going to get one for me and my 2 best friends. Can I get 3 bars?
Sounds great. And since your order will be over $35, you'll get free shipping.
Awesome. Can't wait to try it out.
Great. Let's get you checked out.
So yeah, you can cheer for it. I love this because if you think about that consumer experience today, and it really hasn't changed over the last 20 years. The big shift is it's gone from desktop only to mobile, but it's still the, click on the ad, go to the website, do a bunch of searches, do a bunch of filtering, add it to your cart, click, 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 put in your shipping address, your payment credentials. That hasn't changed. And yet with AI and these agents that are multimodal, that have voice modality that you can talk to, we can really deliver a better experience that removes friction, increases conversion. It could invoke virtual try-on, for example, another Gen AI feature that I mentioned earlier. And this is really exciting, in my opinion, just because it delivers a very exciting new consumer experience. It's great for all of you who are running businesses because we're reducing friction and increasing conversion, and it's just creating a better overall digital experience.
Fantastic. So I have to ask, in addition to those 3 that we just went through, Meta is very well known for your content recommendations, and you clearly have a lot of power behind that. Is that something that's going to be extended into, let's say, product recommendations? This crowd is, going to be looking at that area in particular. So we'd love to hear a little bit more on that one.
Yeah, great question. I didn't even mention that part. That is part of our announcements this week. If you think about, what Meta has done really well in terms of recommending the right content and the right ads to the right person at the right time, and over the work that we've done over the last year to move a lot of that AI from traditional machine learning to large language model based performance to drive an increase of 10% on Reels watch time. Right? We're taking a lot of that same know-how and we're democratizing it so that every business can use it for product recommendations. So now as part of Advantage Plus, we can also recommend additional products that we think go well with the primary product that you're targeting the shopper with.
And you've mentioned some of the benefits. You've helped kind of quantify what some of the brands that you've worked together with have seen. Can you provide a couple more sort of concrete scenarios for the audience where they've seen real return on investment when using some of the tools?
Yeah, especially in this climate, it's all about metrics, and advertising is so measurable. That's one of the advantages of it. And so, if you look at every step of that ad creation, delivery, placement, optimization journey, and then if you zoom out from acquisition and advertising, just across the entire customer life cycle, there's important metrics that we can and we are tracking. So everything from how long it takes to create an ad and various variants, to the quality of the ad based on generative AI helping accelerate and improve the performance of the ad, all the way to targeting it better to someone who is more likely to convert, again, whether that's online or offline through our omni-channel offering, all the way through to post-sale, right? Say there's an issue, now you're able to resolve that issue much faster with a business AI that's been trained on your brand voice, according to your company policies, understands your product catalog, your return policy, your shipping, everything about your business. That's just allowing every brand to do more with less.
And you've touched on a few different components of the customer journey. Can you talk for a minute about how that journey is likely to look different going forward?
Yeah, I think all of us as shoppers, we've experienced the pain of siloed departments, right? Like when you have a customer support issue, if you buy a sofa from a furniture store, you're like waiting on hold on the 1-800 number, or you're waiting to hear back an email. And meanwhile, that brand is still targeting ads to you and you're super angry, right? Because you're like, why don't you resolve my customer support issue before you try to sell me all this stuff? So I think from a consumer perspective, it's been broken for a long time. And one of the things that I'm most excited about from an AI standpoint is that it's allowing us to simplify and break down a lot of the silos that have traditionally existed across departments. And so if you look at, that voice agent that we just saw earlier in the ads experience, that voice agent might have a conversation with a consumer about pre-sales questions about the product. Just asking if there's different allergens, how quickly can it be shipped to a certain location. But there also might be customer support questions. And when you look at the transcripts of these conversations that happen between people and brands, as I'm sure anyone who's looked at this, it spans a lot of different topics. It's not always just about customer support or always just about marketing. And yet in the past, we've deployed chatbots that were just for marketing or just for support. And so I think it's just time to make it a more cohesive customer experience. And AI is going to lead the way and enable that going forward.
And you've been in AI for quite a while at this point. At this juncture, what kind of excites you the most about what the future holds?
First I'll talk about the here and now. I think a lot of the technologies in the past, it took a lot of steps to be able to even try it or deploy it. You'd have to get your IT department involved, and it required long, lengthy implementation cycles and integrations. And not that that doesn't exist here, but in this current evolution that we're in with AI, it's just so easy to test. Right? You can go right now on your phone and try Advantage Plus. You can go home and just set up within minutes, try to generate a background for your ad. And so I think it's a learner's moment. It's a learner's world right now, because anyone who has that curiosity and drive can try it out. And it's true in the business context, marketing and sales that we're talking about here at the show, but it's also true more broadly for anything, homework help, trying to draft a press release. There's so many jobs to be done and tasks that we all have, both in our personal lives and our professional lives, that in this moment, it's never been easier to unleash that creativity and improve what we're all able to output.
And we don't have a whole lot of time left, but I want to get very concrete in our last few minutes here. So we've got an audience that are brands, retailers, other tech companies. Tell us sort of, how do you start with all of this? Like, you mentioned a couple things that you can be doing. What would you advise to the audience if they're, new to AI, or maybe if they have some experience?
It's really just to roll up your sleeves and to start trying. I think that AI is one of those technologies that you really learn best by doing. And it's kind of regardless of your role, right? If you're a CEO, there's probably ways that you can understand your customers and your employee sentiment better with AI, communicate better with AI. If you're the head of commerce or a chief marketing officer, there's all kinds of use cases for AI that you can just start testing and learning from now. And it's really, I think it underscores the importance of creating a culture of lifelong learning and experimentation. And I mean, where we are today with AI is like we were with the internet in 1999. And so we're at this cusp of opportunity where, especially in this, amidst this uncertainty, we kind of need this boost. And so those who are able to lean in, just like those who were able to embrace e-commerce early 20 years ago, it's a moment to create sustained competitive advantage.
And when you think about some of the clients that you've worked together with, we saw the videos that you showed before, you mentioned some others. When they come to you, do they generally know what they want to do, or are you helping to kind of shape that dialogue? What does that look like?
Well, we work with a lot of businesses. We have 200 million businesses that are using Meta. So it's really across the board. And often I think I get inspired by our clients more than I feel like I'm able to give them. And I'm learning every day from different types of businesses, whether it's the one woman jewelry designer who designs and makes jewelry from her apartment in Brooklyn and sells it through Instagram and Shopify, or it's very large Fortune 500 companies that are running major campaigns through all of the various Meta channels. I just think that it's a time of incredible opportunity, both for each person individually, professionally, but also for every company to really unlock AI, just like we figured out how to use the internet and cloud computing decades ago.
Great. And if you had to have one piece of parting advice for this audience, what would it be?
I think it's, if I had to pick one thing, we have so much going on, each of us in our daily lives, and it can feel hard to find time to learn about AI and keep up with everything that's changing all the time, much less experiment with it. But I think just tactically carving out a couple of hours every week to learn, and you don't have to do it by yourself, right? I have a mini study group and chat channel, WhatsApp channel with some of my coworkers where we're just sharing ideas with each other. We're reading the latest AI news, AI research papers, both from our own Llama teams as well as more broadly. And it's something that's just so important, and it's like finding time to exercise or get enough sleep. Like, this is like a must do in this environment, and it's also really exciting once you get into that habit.
Great. So 2 hours a week. That's what we're leaving everyone with. Minimum of 2 hours a week is what we're going to leave everyone with to start getting your toes in the water and starting to understand this a little bit more.
Yeah, because it's also changing all the time. So even if someone were not that this person would exist, but an AI expert today, 2 weeks from now, you could become obsolete because there's always new models being dropped. There's always new techniques. And so you kind of just have to get started so that you can keep up and kind of learn as the technology is evolving at the same time.
All right. Clara, thank you so much. And thank you to all of you here for joining us today. That was fantastic. Learned a ton. Thank you.
Thank you.